What is going on, my dudes? We are live. Welcome to another what? What do we call this stream? I think it's just another random Saturday stream. Today we're gonna stream about, or talk about rather. Base Pluto had a stream today about the black pill, and I kind of wanted to go over it really because it was kind of really informative about the origins of the black pill. Some of the stuff I didn't really know about, which was kind of weird. I've been in this sphere for a little bit now, and it's interesting really to see all the stuff that I missed really and stuff that I didn't really know. I think Jack Nickelback probably, I'm not sure if he knew about this blog sphere or if he just came up with the phrase on his own. But it's really interesting, honestly, really interesting shit. So I'm not gonna watch the whole video, or I'm not gonna watch the video because it was a pretty short stream. You can watch it on your own. But basically, he went over a blog post called Omega Virgin Revolt, and that dude was like, he coined the term black pill, I suppose, back in like 2012. And you once again, you can watch shout out to the Base Pluto. Shout out to the Base Pluto for his stream today about this. He literally just got done streaming like 10 minutes ago or something like that. So you should go watch the stream about the whole topic. It was interesting to hear him talk about it really. And that dude, he appeared to be ahead of his time really. Omega Virgin Revolt, and yeah, it was a good stream really overall. And basically Jack Nickelback brought this phrase to my attention really, but he basically said it. He said and it was what the Omega Virgin Revolt guy had coined, or had rather he had made the definition of black pill, was that there is no personal solution to systemic problems. And I think that's what Jack said like months or years ago, like a year ago or 2 years ago at this point. It was interesting that he said that along with what Omega Virgin Revolta said. So it's kind of weird that he said they both said the exact same thing. But when you think about it, it's a really good definition of black pill, because like, what is, like, a lookism is simply only a a lot of people, especially because of like wheat waffles and even Face to some extent, they're not guilty per se, but like they're the biggest black pill channel that I know of anyway. Especially Wheat Waffles is definitely probably the biggest big air quotes here black pill channel that I know of. And because he's so big and does all the face ratings, and he's made everything about lookism and stuff like that, everybody thinks the black pill is all about, oh yeah, your looks determine your place in the dating market. But like, I feel like, especially on my channel, and really I think in most of the other channels that aren't Wheat Waffles, in my opinion, we cover the black pill from more of a I would say DBDR also, he doesn't cover the black pill very heavily really. He kind of covers it more or less from the lookism shit and the dating shit as well. Whereas we try to do the whole, like, the whole holistic, not holistic, I guess, but I think holistic could be the word, holistic approach to looking at the black pill and saying that the problem is not just like lookism. Like, even if you fix the lookism, you would still have the woman problem, and the problem with society being a gynocratic or a gynocentric would still be there. The problem is that, like, the whole system is literally just like corrupt. The whole system is fucked. Like, we've been saying that for almost the better part of 2 years now, almost 3 years at this point, and it's true. The problem is that the entire game, the entire system, is just fucked. So like, lookism might fix like your own personal problem with the system. Like, you might actually be fine in a system where it's fucked. And but you always have to remember that just because you made it, it's basically, I left a comment on Vanta Blackpill. I guess he changed his name now, but he was Vanta Black, and he changed his name to something else because he's trying to deviate from the black pill. At the end of the day, he made a video called there has to be a loser or something like that. You should watch that video as well. It's a good video. I left a comment there, and I basically said, like, our entire system runs about runs on the idea of survivorship bias, and what else did I say? The apex fallacy. It runs off the idea that even men do this. So it's not just a female trait to do this. I think it's literally like ingrained into our psychology to look at winners and to not look at the losers. There's a reason why like scams and grifters and all forms of fuckery still persist in our society. It's because people will always look at the people who made it in that fucked up system, and they'll never look at what the average person or what the suboptimal person did in that system. Like they'll always look at the winners and they'll say, okay, well that guy won and that guy won, therefore I can win too. And it's like, yeah, but how many people lost in that system? It's kind of like looking at a race, like looking like a literal race, and some of these people are running down the track, and only one person can win that race. Like if you're, second place is just first loser, right? As they say. So only one person can actually win that race. Yeah, there's first, second, and third place, but those are like second and third place are irrelevant, really. Like first, everybody wants a gold medal, right? At the end of the fucking day, like like that whole video is basically about like, yeah, there can only be one winner, and society is only going to focus on that one winner. We're not going to look at like what happened to the other 9. Let's say there's 10 racers. The other 9 racers who came in like, the guy who came in 9th place or 10th place. Nobody cares about that guy. But the problem is that if we don't look at the people in the middle of the pack or the people at the end of the pack, we can never solve a systemic problem. Like we're always looking at the winner. We're always looking at the guys who are ahead of the pack. But why? Like, okay, yeah, we can learn something from that guy too. We can look at what worked. But that guy might have had a secret sauce. He might be genetically gifted to run. He might be smarter. He might have just had a better line on the racetrack. We don't know what stopped, what caused that guy to win, but it could be a multitude of factors why that guy won. But we always look at the winner and say, well, that guy won, and like people will watch that, will watch a winner win, and then say, well, I can be that guy too. And it's like, well, that's not really true. Like, for all the kids who want to be in the NBA, there's plenty of really good basketball players out there in the amateur leagues, playing in high school, playing in college ball. These guys are really good, but only a handful. That's why the pyramid clip of him talking about 5% of the black men in the NBA, which is bullshit, obviously, but like kind of funny that he said it because this idea that a huge percentage of people will ever achieve greatness or will ever get to the NBA or the NFL or these sports leagues is straight up bullshit. Like we all know it's not going to happen. Like we all know it's not going to happen. But like somehow though, like we've convinced an entire generation or more than 2 or 3 generations. I know, or you said or less, but even Pyramid, I don't mean any harm, dude, but like even saying 5%, even insinuating that 5% could have been in the NBA is like bullshit, bro. Like I'm sorry, bro. Like 5% or less, or less is the only thing that even halfway saves you there. Even in assuming that 5% could have been there is like insane. I'm sorry, bro, but like that was a complete bullshit statement to make. I'm sorry. I have to call you out on that one. It's kind of funny, but it's just funny because like everybody thinks that like if we just look at the winners of any system, they can be that guy. But like think about all the kids who want to be in the NBA, all the people who are actually really good at basketball, and we probably know a few of them in the hood who are really good at basketball, but will never actually make it to the NBA because like the next guy was just that much better, or the next guy like had that better interview skills when they're doing the interviews for the NBA or some shit. Like we don't know what causes people to win sometimes, other than sometimes it could just be luck sometimes. Like a lot of times it is just luck. You were just the right guy in the right place at the right time, and you just happen to be there, and they happen to hire you, or you happen to get picked by the NBA or some big sports league or some big job shit or some shit like that, right? And I don't know, it's just weird how like humanity just focuses on the top of everything, and we always just ignore like it's like we can't accept the fact that people who are average will have average outcomes. Like this is something that even Kevin Samuel said, where it's like he basically said, average people get average outcomes, and it's like society almost thinks like there's something wrong with that. Like there's like something wrong with being average, or something wrong with being normal. Like normal is like honestly is basically what I said in the if people haven't watched these videos, helping in years at this point. I made those videos almost 2 years ago now, but people had like those videos I made probably back when I was like when I first started my channel about the what's that video called? The not the apex fallacy, it's called the a juggernaut law video. In the a juggernaut law video, you know, a juggernaut law video, at the end of that video, I basically compared the dating market, or humanity, effectively humanity's entire scale of what normal is completely fucked. Like, for example, would you play a 5 out of 10 video game? 5 out of 10 video game. 5 out of 10 in theory should be average. It should be an average video game. But the problem is that everybody expects a game to be 7 or better out of 10. Like, most people would not touch a 5 out of 10 video game. They're going to play a 7 out of 10 video game, and then they're going to expect that Saturday Night Cope, let's go. I'm not doing Saturday Night Cope. This is going to be a quick stream, really. I might be like an hour long. I might even keep the stream up or not. I haven't decided yet. But I would definitely do Sunday, obviously. But like, yeah, like, IGN 9 out of 10 average games. This is this is the fucking meme, right? Like, if average is 7, like, that's the problem though. If average is 7, what the fuck is a 5, bro? Like, on a scale, 5 is the fucking middle. Like, 5 should be the average, but 7 is now the average. Like, this is where the bullshit sets in, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Our sense of scale, and the way we grade things is completely fucked. It's kind of like, I guess maybe it's because of the way we grade stuff in school, right? Like, when you look at a school grade, like a 70 is what, a C? Like, it's a barely passing, right? A D is, a D's not really failing, I guess. D's like subpar, and then F is technically failure. But either way, like, if you get a D or an F, right? Like, if you get a 50, that's failing, bro. Like, so like we view it that way, but like, that's not the way scales actually work. Like, you could get lower than a 50 because you get a 10 or a 20, I suppose. But at the end of the day, like, our sense of scaling and our sense of reality is completely fucking fucked, dude. Like, it's really screwed up. Like, we don't have a sense of reality anymore. We view everything that's like not like completely fucking like creme de la creme of the best ever to be like subpar, and it doesn't make any sense. It's completely unfair, and it's completely fucking absurd, really. We're almost we're killing ourselves to some extent with our standards, with how insane our standards have become for most things. Like, we would never drive a car that was rated 5 out of 10 in safety, because, like, even though 5 should be average, technically speaking, no, 7 is the average, and 8 is great, and 9 is perfect, or 9 is almost perfect, and 10 is perfect. If a car has less than a 7 on a safety rating, I'm not driving that car. It's like, okay, but like, maybe we need, I don't know, like, our entire scale is completely fucked, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't know what you guys think, but it's just true to me. But yeah, just to backtrack to the base Pluto video. I mean, that whole phrase about, there is no personal solution to systemic problems is such a good phrase, really. I mean, Jack Nickelback said it, and it didn't blow me away, but it was really cool that he said it. And then when Base Pluto brought up that this guy said it back in like 2012, I'm like, shit, this is like old as fuck now. Like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, 2012, I had just graduated high school in 2010, so like, yeah, I was still in like community college, I think, at that time. So it's crazy how like this stuff has been around for so long. And I can't believe I've been like watching and reading the shit, his Manosphere shit, for that long as well. Even not as long as that, but long enough. At the end of the day, though, like, these people have been like talking about this stuff for a long time, and the black pill is older than I thought it was. It was crazy, and it's just insane. But like that whole phrase, though, that phraseology of like, it's just true. Like, it's just an obvious truism. Like, if the air, like, let's take a very, very basic system, like, like, I don't know, like the system of the air and air quality of a room. Like, that's a system in and of itself, right? Like, the air gets cleaned by the trees and all that crap like that, right? If the air quality drops in your area, there's no personal solution to that problem. If the problem, if women by and large are doing all these things and behaving in certain ways, and men are behaving in certain ways, and society is allowing them to behave in certain ways that are detrimental to themselves and society, and society is just gynocentric as fuck, and not caring about men, doesn't care about men at all in any way, shape, or form, and expecting them just to man up and date land whales and fat women and all that. Well, land whales and fat women, the same thing, but to date just all these shitty things, like to do all these shitty things at the same time while demanding that they work for nothing. And if all these things are true about a system, there is no personal solution. You cannot. This is something that's been going around the Black Manosphere for a while now. Like basically, they've been saying that you can't alpha your way through a system like that. Okay, the problem is systemic. The problem is the system itself. And if the system itself is fucked, if the system's so fucked that nobody can function in that system, then that system doesn't deserve to fucking live anymore. But the problem is that we all rely on said system currently for, like, if you look at the system overall, honestly, dude, it's so crazy because, like, I made a video on systems and nobody watched it. Like I made a video on systems and, like, very few people watched that video. But probably one of my better videos, right, where it's like you have a system within a system. Like systems are all. You just look at the system in general. Like we all rely on the system of government. We all rely on the system. These systems all work together in tandem. No system stands apart, and all these systems run together to some extent. And this idea that, like, you can take a system and just, like, well, I'm going to alpha my way through that one system. Yeah, you might make it through that one system, but there's going to be another system that's going to stop you somewhere along the way that's going to inhibit your progress at the end of the day, right? So, like, there's almost no escaping the quote unquote matrix, right? It's just a crazy ass game we live in right now. It's just crazy. So yeah, we're gonna, I don't know, it's just some thoughts I had on the top of my head and figured I would put them out there. 16-minute long, not video. We're gonna keep going for as long as we can. But yeah, I feel like nobody watched those like non-black pill videos about shit. But just crazy. Also, I'm gonna show my Cash App. I got a Cash App now, because people don't fucking know it yet. But you don't have to donate to get your comment read. Obviously, it's not a huge issue. If you feel like donating, though, you can donate to. It's on the fucking comment. It's in the fucking description. Obviously down there. You can donate if you want, but don't bother if you don't want to. I don't give a fuck, really. But somebody asked for it, so I figured, well, if he wants to fucking give me free shekels, I don't see a reason why I should tell him no. So good topic, mister. Yeah, dude, no problem. I think it was a good. Be the lobster. Yeah, I would agree. Be the fucking lobster, dude. Bread and circus will only get stronger until 5% of population rules is all. Yeah, it's almost like society wants to die. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like society wants to die. Like we are doing irreparable harm to our to children, to ourselves, to the whole world, really. Like we've done. It's just impossible to fathom the amount of like insanity we have done, insane things we've done to people and things and animals and all this shit. Like we've just done horrible things to various parts of the world and people of the world, and we haven't done a single fucking, like, we just keep going on as if like nothing happened. It's just crazy to me. I don't know, like we can just do these things and then expect the outcome to be good. Like, okay, well, I get to fuck over half of humanity, kill them, grape them, destroy their culture, their livelihood, and, give them no job, make them starve, but I still want them to work and be obedient workers. Okay, well, how the fuck do you expect that to happen? Like, do you think you can not give plants water and then have them grow? Like, what do you mean? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense, bro. Like, it makes zero sense. Be honest, mystery. Human extinction is definitely long overdue, right? Oh man, I wish, dude. Slay David. Society wants to die. Blue pill in a nutshell. Frog in boiling water. If you actually look at the what's it called, the stuff they talk about with, like, this trans stuff, and even like it seems like, not, I guess I can call it a leftism because the left is pushing it, but it definitely seems like a death cult to me. Like, this stuff seems like a huge death cult to me, because like everything that they do blows up in their face, and then they keep doing it. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know how anybody could possibly believe that chopping off a 9-year-old pee-pee or giving a girl a double mastectomy at age 13 could possibly be fruitful for that child's development or or life. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand how drag queen story hour or drag shows or taking your kids and reading them weird books in schools and stuff like that. I don't understand how that stuff could possibly be fruitful or could be a a +1 for that child's life. You got to explain it to me. Someone has to explain it to me because I don't understand how this could possibly happen. What is this on Saturday? Wow, I haven't done a Saturday stream in a while, dude. It's been a while. Just do the Cretaceous. I'm saying this right. Cretaceous impact. I always say that fucking word wrong. I think Cretaceous is right. Cretaceous. Elbow cough. Oh yeah, the fucking dabbing, dude. I want to donate, but I'm not in USA. Do you have Patreon or PayPal? I do have PayPal. I guess I can make one. I guess, but I don't have a Patreon. What's the point of making a Patreon for a 1,300 subscriber channel, bro? Like, the fucking point, bro. No, man, your society deserves to die. Your society deserves to die. You deserve to get shot. Dude, I cannot believe that that Wednesday night one cell fucking video, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? What in the fuck, bro? Me happy about this. All right, dude. Apocalypse now. Mystery must be full of energy today. Yeah, I had some Chipotle. I finished my fast pretty successfully, actually, and I lost a lot of weight. So I'm gonna keep doing it every Monday through about Thursday, Friday afternoon. I'm gonna fast for about 4 to 5 days, and then eat on the weekends and do that. I've been doing pretty good maintaining the keto diet, and I had Chipotle with no rice and no beans. Just had meat and a bunch of vegetables and stuff like that. I avoided the corn as well because corn has carbs in it, stuff like that. So, or at least a lot of sugar. So yeah, I've been doing pretty good with my diet. So I feel pretty good. Plans grow with Brondo. Oh yeah, that shit, bro. Oh my god. Transmission over. Take over rather. The meteorite, the fire. Praying for it, dude. You're praying for it, dog. I know. Either worship the tranny or lose your life. It's crazy, bro. Like, I cannot believe that like Joe Biden came out and said like trans people are part of the soul of the nation. I'm like, what? What is going on? Like, are we going insane? Like, we have to be going insane. Like, on what planet is 0.01% of the population the soul of the nation? What's he even talking about? But I don't know. Blessed oblivion is the only ascension for us subhumans. Oh, bro. If only you knew. In the future, you will be forced to be gay. But yeah, you might actually be. Don't fear the Reaper, buddy boyos, yeah? Being an incel will be a blessing. Force globo homo. Puh. Weird hill for the left to die on. I'm now an Eisenhower Republican now. I hate the left. Oh boy. I hate the left now for a multitude of reasons. Yeah, I watched the video by what's that guy's name? Aaron McIntyre. Aaron McIntyre. I like his stuff quite a bit. He's pretty smart. He's a little bit dry with the interviews, kind of a dry guy, but he has pretty good content overall for when it comes down to like the reactionary right stuff. And he made a video basically saying that conservatism is dead. We shouldn't be following it anymore, and that I honestly believe this to be true. That you shouldn't be following Republicans or conservatism anymore, because like it obviously conservatism has simply just been the right wing, quote unquote, the big air quotes here, the right wing driving it's basically progress going the speed limit, right? They don't preserve anything, they don't conserve anything. All they do is like advocate for tax cuts, but they don't conserve anything on a cultural standpoint. And if you actually want to fight against this, we're effectively in a culture war, right? It's a culture war, and you have to fight fire with fire to some extent. These people are winning on a cultural level. They've taken over the media. They've taken over the school systems. A university school system as well. A university system. It's all the same shit, right? Taking over the media, the university, so they control the what the youth watches, and they control what the youth learns. They control the next 2-3 generations, bro. Like it's literally like over. Like the right has lost once you lose. Like I'm not gonna talk too much shit about this guy. I like him a lot. SWP or Sergeant Willie Pete. He talks a lot about money, this, money that, money this, money that. If you don't have any money, then you're fucked. Okay, I get that point. That makes perfect sense to me. But like, if the culture of your society, and I get it, money can affect culture. Obviously, prolonged exposure to poverty can affect the culture of your society. But if the culture of your society was already decently good, let's say you had a good society and then it went downhill somehow because like the money went away, or like I feel like somewhat like he's somewhat right that like having money can affect your culture, but at the same time, like there are certain cultural artifacts like religion or morals or having some sort of like moral code. It's just a matter of like the reality is that if you don't reinforce morals or ethics or values, whether it's um religion based or some sort of like weird moral system via rationality or something. I don't fucking know how you would do it with anything else, but like either way, you figure it out with some draconian measure. Either way, you have to reinforce some sort of cultural standard on your children or society, and that's basically all the left is doing right now, right? All they're doing is that they're simply just reinforcing they're enforcing their cultural standards onto the rest of society, saying that, but their cultural standard is basically just raw chaos. Like whereas the Republicans are supposed to stand for order, but they never actually reinforce it with any real force or force of action. But the reality of the situation is that they've lost. Like, I remember back in the day, like when I was younger, I used to be like, I was never a leftist, but I definitely voted a Democrat quite a bit. Yeah, I went for. I think I talked about my voting history in the past. I'm not going to go over it here, but I was basically like, I wasn't a leftist, but I voted left quite a bit, and like at the end of the fucking day, though, like I was convinced that like conservatives were literally evil, and that it's basically like you have an entire generation and a half or 2 generations now where conservatism means bad and liberalism or liberals equal good. And if you're running off of that dichotomy or running off of that software, right, where no matter what the conservative party does, they're the bad guys, and no matter what the liberal party does, they're the good guys. Like you literally cannot, as Jack Nickelback said, you cannot negotiate with evil. It's just funny. Like, or it's just not funny. It's just true. Like it's funny answer to something that you can't negotiate with evil. So both sides think the other side is evil, but only one side has the power to destroy that quote unquote other side's evil, right? And one side controls, once again, all the media, all the the media and the school systems. They basically control the next generation. So conservatism has no legs going forward for the next, how many years it takes to get a new system going at the end of the day, right? It's just over for being a conservative Republican. Like conservatives might win a few states where like nobody fucking lives at, but they're never gonna, in my opinion, like their days of winning major elections without like pivoting hardcore to the right to the left when it comes to cultural issues is long gone. Unless like somehow, because like even the data that talks about how I think the data's out now talking about how typically as people get older they become more conservative, but that's not actually happening for Gen Y and Gen Z definitely. They are remaining liberal, and that's never, typically that doesn't happen. Most people become more conservative as they get older, so it's like they've already lost. Like Gen Y is the next biggest generation after the boomers die off, and if they can't win that generation over, I don't know what's gonna happen, dude. It's just weird. Let's see. 6 Christians killed, trans most affected. Yep, there you go. That's true. You need to be more responsible, bucko. Yeah, be more responsible, bucko. Women are right. They're right. You're wrong. They're right. You're wrong. Chipotle is based. Yeah, dude, you can get some good food there. The Fed Now program is bad omen for what's to come. It's true. Yeah. That fucking fake ass that what's it called, the cryptocurrency from the Federal Reserve money, right? Euthanasia should be legal globally immediately. Keto to Beto. Yeah, dude. Women are right to shoot you. Oh God. So they're imprecatory prayers. Yeah. So crazy how trannies were small groups a few years ago. I remember when they were like relegated to parts of like what's that website called? Well, not Twitter. Well, kind of Twitter as well, but Twitter when Twitter was still not based anymore, but it's still not really that based. But either way, Twitter and they were relegated. What's that website called? Oh God, it was like opposing 4chan for a long time. What the fuck was that website called? It was like a blog website. Yeah, I remember what the name of that website was. What the fuck was that website called? I think it got banned not banned, it got bought out and then it got destroyed. It was golly, Tumblr. Yeah, Pyramid got it right. Tumblr. That crazy ass website. Yeah, Tumblr. Like nobody talked about them. Yeah, it was something is so fucking wrong. Yeah, it's just weird how they become like front and center, dude. Let the games begin. Praying and precatory players for destruction of society so we can comfort ourselves from the ensuing fire. Ah, yes. Grim games. Play grim games, get grim prizes, my dude. The left devours its own children. Just look at the French Revolution. Yeah, that's true. Handle the trans issue like Southeast Asia. Have guardrails, not anything goes degeneracy. We need to go full French Revolution on the elite. I mean, that's what they're trying to do in France. Not that it's doing any good, but we need something that is anti-woke. I don't know what that would look like or what that would be. And even if it did exist, I'm not sure how many of our generation would even hop onto it. Because like, I think there's a sizable enough like, there's a good enough like base to like go after this stuff, but I'm not quite sure. Yeah, it's so hard to tell nowadays what's like AstroTurf and what's like a legitimate movement right nowadays. Because like what you have nowadays is that because you have such a the internet's such a huge microphone, and the media is able to basically a signal boost whatever they want to put out there. Like this is why trans stuff is like so front and center now, because like the media is able to put it front and center now. That's like the left media saying, "Look at this guy, look at that guy." There's trans people everywhere when they make up like less than 1% of the population. Same thing goes for the woke shit. Like, is this shit really big, or is it just perception that is big? And because it has the media perception of being big, people are now more likely to follow it because it has the media perception of being big. It's kind of like a trend, right? Like if you wanted to astroturf a trend, all you would have to do is make it look like it's bigger than it is, and people will automatically, because they want to be part of the trend and ride the wave, because they want to be part of it, they're going to join that trend, right? It's a lot easier to do that than it is to actually do it via a grassroots campaign or something like that, right? So how much of this woke shit is simply just astroturf? This is something that what's his name Richard Coper talked about when he was on my channel for a little bit. So AstroTurf campaign and stuff like that. My boomer dad keeps saying we will get them next time. Oh, isn't he wrong, dude? Nuclear holocaust. Oh man, some heads will fall literally. Yeah. People at work say we will get them via civil shore. Yeah. How many fucking goddamn Americans are even fit enough to even put on a fucking Kevlar vest and fucking get out there and fight, dude? Not enough of them, bro. We are like one of the fattest countries in the world. Like most of these motherfuckers couldn't even fucking like run a mile on a treadmill for more than like couldn't run a mile on the treadmill, dude. Like let alone run a mile with gear on while running through fire. It doesn't make any sense. Like start over from scratch, problem solved. Human holocaust. Democrats are the aggressors while Republicans are pacifists. No wonder they are losing. Yeah, like at the end of the day, like if Trump taught the Republican Party nothing, is that Trump at least like I'm not like the biggest Trump fan. Yeah, I never have been, but I voted for the guy at the end of the day. At the end of the fucking day, Trump, he was an attack dog. Like this is something that what's his name the internet aristocrat, but he went by the Mr. America talked about. He covered Trump a few times, and he said like Trump's dad taught him that like never apologize, attack, and this is what you have to do to win. Never ever be on the fucking defense. And if you are on the defense, make sure it's always an offense, right? So like if they attack you, okay, fine, you spin it right back around, and you attack. Never ever apologize, because if you apologize, you're admitting that you're wrong. Fuck it. It's better to beg for forgiveness than ask for that's what it says is beg for forgiveness and ask for permission, right? At the end of the day, it's better to be the guy who's like attacking the whole time. And if you're wrong, fuck it. Who gives a fuck if you're wrong? Because at the end of the day, it's your narrative against their narrative. At the end of the day, they're probably wrong too. They're probably bullshitting you as well. So at the end of the day, they're wrong and you're wrong. So who gives a fuck? You might as well win. At the end of the day, winning is all that matters in this game right now. Like I said earlier, if the society's going to be focusing on the apex anyway and the winners anyway, you might as well win. You might as well be the winner. Losing nets you nothing at all. Like being a pacifist loser. Oh, I lost and blah blah blah. This is why, like, honestly, Christianity kind of pisses me off a little, because like the entire concept of like Jesus, technically speaking, he lost, right? He crucified on the cross, but then like he's the ultimate winner in the end because he went to heaven, and you know he's God's son. He died on the cross for all of our sins. Like, okay, like we can cuck out and say that's like a good thing and all that, but like in my opinion, I think Christianity it didn't used to be this way, but it became far too pacifistic or pacifist for its own fucking good. You know, accept everybody and love everybody and blah blah blah. Okay, no. Like Christianity literally calls like homosexuality an abomination, but somehow like we have them in our churches now. It doesn't make any fucking sense, bro. You don't trust the plan mystery. How dare you? I don't. Publicans are the same. They are just slower. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. Publicans are just boomers hoping to run the clock out. Yep, all they're doing is you know, it's kind of like Republicans who don't want to cut Social Security and Medicare, especially the boomers, because the boomers they have no incentive to, because they're all getting their checks now. And beyond that, like Republicans used to be for cutting those programs. Now they're like, well, we have to keep them now because our base is now 85 years old, and they're all on the a government dole now. So we have to keep the checks coming in. So it's very sad, really. Like, you know, those programs should be cut, but the problem is that nobody has the will to cut them because the voting bases are, you know, the boomers are the biggest this is the second biggest voting block. So you can't cut their free shit, and then Gen Y is the next biggest voting block. So you can't cut their free shit, or you have to do something for them as well, which ends up being cultural weird shit. So I hope the power doesn't go out. Otherwise, it might be fucked here. I guess if it goes out, we'll have to cut the stream out pretty soon. So it's the stream will just end. Democrats are demographics, yeah. Pizza party boyos, yeah. Heterogeneous societies don't work. Can't run society on low social trust. It's true, yeah. Chipotle party. So you say demographics 3. Yeah, I might want to end the stream pretty soon. Not that I want to. It's been really windy in my area, so. I wonder if the only true reset will restore Hannah will be World War III. People get more conservative with more money. That's why the stuff with the study said, I think, okay, Texas will flip this presidential election, then it'll be over for politics. Yeah. That's the rhetoric in politics today. In politics, it seems, yeah. Utah banning social media for kids is based. Yeah, I would agree. Something has to be done. Republicans are now former Bernie Sanders voters that have been kicked for being white. Huh. Get to the gym, buddy. Boy, I'll be going tomorrow in the morning, so I'll have that done. Supercells, yeah, I don't know what's going on, dude. Scams, this new program offers no refunds. All these fucking fuckers offer no refunds, bro. Read Behavioral Think by Calhoun basically simulated the future of the. Alright, we've covered that before, but the what's that shit called? The Mouse Utopia experiment, right? $500. You gotta tell us about that one tomorrow, but buddy boy. All right, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I think the power's gonna go out at some point because I see the light flickering and shit. All right, guys, this is supposed to be a quick stream anyway. I'll keep it up. You guys can watch it later on if you have to. All right, guys, peace out. You guys enjoyed the short stream. Once again, SNC tomorrow at 4:00 p.m. if we still have power. Otherwise, dude, peace out. See you guys next time if I'm still alive. Otherwise, the fucking wind or tornado gets my ass. You guys know where I'm at, so I'm on the ground, I guess. Sweet release from life. So, peace out, my dude. See you guys next time, and we're out.